Hey everyone, Michelle here. Today I want to do a different video. So this has nothing to do with being a trans woman. I guess, well, I guess it kind of does. So this is my collection here that I've been working on for the last, year or two. And today I just wanted to kind of go over some of my collection and just talk about some of that. You can stay and watch if you're interested. If not, you know how to exit out. So just the backstory of this is, I had a huge game collection, which I'll put a picture of it, my old collection here, and I had it for years. I accumulated, I think, about 2,000 games. It was like 60 something consoles. It was awesome. Like I had a whole man cave kind of thing, like a whole room. It was awesome. It was like 2015. I think I started collecting like 2013 to 2017, I think, is when I sold it. And it was awesome, like this huge collection. Anyway, so I sold it off. I had to pay some things. I got really in debt, and unfortunately I had to get rid of it. Now fast forward to 2021, 2022, I started accumulating all of this. So with this stuff, this is what makes me happy. I needed to find something after I transitioned that brought a lot more joy into my life because of everything that I lost during this transitional period. And this is what, kind of brought me back a little bit. It also cost me an arm and a leg, maybe a kidney and a gallbladder. It's possible. But let's talk about some of this stuff here, and stuff that I have in here, and stuff that I have down here, and I have stuff everywhere. So starting with the top is I have my Genesis Model 3, my Genesis Model 1, and a Genesis Model 2. Now these are all complete in the box. They have their controllers, any games that came with them, original packaging, everything is inside. Going over to the side, so this is the regular Atari Jaguar, complete and boxed. I think it's been used like once or twice. And this one here is the Jaguar Power 64, I believe. And this one has never been opened. It's actually sealed and complete, which is super cool. Let's see. This one here, this is the Saturn Virtua Stick. This one's brand new, never used. I have one more of these in another box that is used, and that's the one I kind of like play around with. Up here, I have two Saturn. Now these are both the Saturn Model 1 with like the oval buttons, not the round ones. These are both complete and boxed. So on the left shelf here, this is my PS1 collection here. Sorry, this is like I loved collecting all these ornaments. I think this is the Christmas Story with Ralphie and the dad. But anyway, so we have the Lunar series, Lunar 1 and 2, complete and boxed. Some of the games here, Overblood. Now Overblood is actually a terrible game. This was one that was just actually kind of nostalgic to me. I had rented one time, and it was actually, I don't know, I just had to have it. Let's see, Driver 2, Breath of Fire 3, Dino Crisis. Let's see, Contra, Parasite Eve. What a great game. That was fantastic. And then the Final Fantasies. Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, Chronicles, and Anthology. Now, these were like super nostalgic to me. Super fantastic. This was when I got my PlayStation back in 96, I think I got it for Christmas. I got it with Alien Trilogy at the time. But anyway, fast forward, was Final Fantasy 7 was like near and dear to my heart for sure. Let's see, the Twisted Metal. I used to have a lot more Twisted Metal with my collection, although I like I said, a lot of it got sold off. So I've been slowly kind of reaccumulating. So Twisted Metal 4, Einhander, Chrono Cross, Star Ocean. Going down to the second shelf. This is all I have for my Xbox now. My Xbox, original Xbox, I actually had like 400, I think, games out of the set, which was amazing. But yeah, so I think these are some of the more rarer ones: Futurama, Stubbs, Call of Cthulhu, Jurassic Park. I believe those are pretty much some of like the more rare-ish ones, I guess you could say. Right below that is my PS2, Dragon Quest VIII, like one of my all-time favorite games. Like I love that so much. Xenosaga series, what a fantastic series as well. Dot Hack, kind of an obscure RPG series. Not a lot of people played them and used them, but it's definitely one of more interesting. It was actually a lot of fun to play, and it just continues on down the line. And when you get them all, it creates like this picture. I thought was kind of cool. So now my PlayStation 2, I do have actually quite a few of the top rare games. So as you can see here, I have Kuon. That's definitely, I think it's on like the top rarest for PS2. Let's see. Rule of Rose, Haunting Ground, Blood Will Tell, Silent Hill, Shattered Memories, which I don't understand why. I get that Silent Hill has like a cult following, but like, come on. It's like stupidly expensive. Echo Knight, God Hand. Now, Legend of Gaia 2, this is actually interesting to me because this one, I played the original for the PS1, and this one was, I don't know, I loved playing this. I played it so many times. Star Ocean, Chaos Legion, Metal Gear Solid series. Wow, tongue twister. Which I think I have, I have the other one up here for the PS1, Metal Gear Solid. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and Radiata Stories. That's an actually really, really fun game. That was like later on in the PlayStation 2 series. Life Cycles. So that was actually pretty cool. All right, moving along. PS3. Nothing super special. These I actually just kind of held on to. A lot of these were from my kids. My son had a PS3, so a lot of this was from him. Some of it was mine that I actually accumulated, but there's some good stuff in here. The 3D Dot Game Heroes, that's actually pretty cool. I don't know if anyone's played that, but it's kind of like a Zelda, Link to the Past kind of thing, like a Super Nintendo Zelda. Let's see, anything good? I mean, a lot of Call of Duties, a couple Silent Hills, this God of War, Twisted Metal, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Splatterhouse. This is a cool game. Let's see, what else? Ni no Kuni, that was pretty neat. And like I said, some of the rest of it was from my son. Moving down, PS4. I do have some good stuff in here. Final Fantasy Collection again, because I'm a little obsessed with it. I love it. Let's see, Elden Ring. If you haven't played Elden Ring, my God, it is so good. Death Stranding, that was a weird game. Shenmue 1 and 2 and 3. I thought that was really neat to have. Bloodborne. Let's see. Oh, this here, the Coma. That I had to actually special order. That was kind of interesting because it's not. I don't believe it's a North American release. But yeah, that's a neat series to have. Let's see. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, this it's PS4, so it has like the normal, new stuff that all came out, like the AAA title stuff. PS5. This was same thing, like Play Asia that I got. Nothing really super crazy, just some of the new stuff. A lot of fun. New Star Ocean, the new Assassin's Creed Mirage. Awesome game. Let's see, Switch. Switch, I actually have quite a bit for. It goes all the way back, all the way down, but some of the more, popular titles I guess I have. Super Mario RPG, actually, I just finished beating that. The Snow Bros, that was actually pretty cool. I played that with my son. That was fun. Dragon Quest Builders, that's actually a lot of fun too. I definitely recommend playing that. Metroid Prime, Octopath Travelers, that was a really good series. Pikmin 4, awesome. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I'm not even going to go into a rant about that. Like, I'm not even going to start. and then just like the normal popular titles. Behind all of that is, like in the back there, is more of like the obscure stuff that I was collecting. Just stuff that I have. I think I have like over 100 titles now. Okay, so some to my more obscure kind of games. So Jaguar CD. A lot of people don't have this. They don't know a lot about them. They don't use them. I've actually been a huge collector of getting the Jaguar CD and the Atari Jaguar stuff. So what I have over here is actually, so what I've been doing is I've been accumulating anytime I see Jaguar CD stuff. Reason behind it, and I know it upsets some people because they're like, oh, that's what's driving up the price of some of this stuff. Well, what I found is there's a lot of people that don't take care of some of these things, and these are so rare to have that I've been collecting some of the boxes. So what I'll show you here is, so I have a Jaguar CD, complete and boxed, Jaguar CD, complete and boxed, Jaguar CD, complete and boxed. These are my Victor Saturn, High Saturn. Let me see, behind these is Japanese Saturn, and then this one was a special campaign edition Saturn Japanese. So I thought those were really neat. So the reason I have all these Atari Jaguar CDs is a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people don't take care of them. So I've been collecting them to try to preserve them as long as possible. Every time I talk to people and find them, they get trashed, and it's really sad to see them get destroyed like this one, especially when there was only like, I think 20,000 created. So yeah. So back over here. So yes, technically I have 4. This one here, this one's actually brand new, never opened. It's like brand new in the box. I've opened it like twice, I think, just to take a look at it. It's still sealed, like the box isn't sealed, but the inside packages are all sealed. So that was really cool. The rest of them over there are actually opened. And I have one that I play. So some of the games. So I have a complete Jaguar CD collection. So those are the big box games. This one is a little bit more rare. I don't have a box for this one. On this side, Primal Rage, same thing. I don't have the box for this. And then these are kind of like the smaller Jaguar CD boxes. I don't know why they made 2 different ones, but yeah, I think these 2 here are custom boxes. This one has like a tear in the top there, which is unfortunate. World Tour Racing is boxed, but it's missing. This is like a second release version of it. The original box I do not have. Same thing with this Highlander, which I do have over here, complete in the box. This was just an extra. Some independent ones, a Soul Star that was not complete, or it was an incomplete game. It was never finished. Up there is just some loose copies of Myst and Ace, which, Space Ace, which I do have over here. So there's Myst sealed. Baldi's is sealed. Battlemorph is sealed. These are actually like really terrible games, and the reason I'm not opening them is because they're actually really bad. I don't like playing them. So this is just a loose copy of Cybermorph. And then up here is, what is this one? Oh, this is interesting. So this is actually a bypass cartridge for the Jaguar CD. So you put it in the back of the console, and what it allows you to do is it allows you to play independent titles like this here, or not independent, but like this unfinished game here, this one here, Filia. It allows you to play these games. It like bypasses. So that's pretty cool. So let's see what else. So that's the complete collection of Jaguar CD games. So I believe there was only 11 titles, and I have all of those, and then some of like the more random ones. Regular Atari Jaguar, I do not have a complete set of this. I am missing still quite a few, but these are the ones that I do have. So this is, I have 2 Dizzies. Actually, I have this one here, and I have this one here. So these actually really neat. I actually ordered these from Atari Age, which is fantastic. Like, I'm so excited to have those. So if you go to the new, Atari Age website, you can actually order a lot of Atari Jaguar things, controllers, like parts, games, all sorts of stuff. So these are all complete in blocks. They have the manuals and the original packaging and everything. Again, Jaguar didn't have like a lot of great titles. This one, let's see, this one's sealed. Hover Strike is sealed. Cybermorph is sealed. I have this Team Tap with the White Men Can't Jump is sealed. This one's open. And also all my games, they all have like these plastic protectors on them to help preserve. Let's see, Zool, Worms. I believe this one is the rarest in the series, or in the collection for Atari, is the Atari Carts, which is actually surprisingly a really good game. This was Atari's answer to Super Nintendo's Mario Kart, which was cool. Let's see, Towers 2, Theme Park, Tempest, Skyhammer, same thing. This was off of Atari Age. Rayman, probably one of the best games on the series. A lot of people like Tempest 2000, which I think is great too. Raiden, NBA Jam. This is like probably the best version of NBA Jam. Okay, moving along. Now we are down to Sega Saturn. Now, Sega Saturn, I never really had growing up. I was Super Nintendo. I had Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and then my jump went from there to PlayStation. And unfortunately, I missed out on a lot of this, but I've been able to recollect over the years. So, yeah, so I have like a lot of the heavy hitters in here, which is kind of fun. Albert Odyssey, fantastic RPG. Astal, probably the best looking game on the console. This copy of it is just the game itself. This is actually a reproduction case, but the game itself is the real game. I just didn't have a case for it. Bomberman, Burning Rangers. So I have two of these. Why do I have two games? So one of them I actually purchased. The other one came with a set of like things that I had bought. So I ended up with two copies of it. And when I go to try to put it online, there's like actually so many copies of this on eBay right now. So I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll hold on to it for now. Castlevania. So this is an actual. There's a guy on Facebook. He actually made this. I have a couple more. I'll show you. He does these on his like spare times because this is Castlevania on the Sega Saturn. Didn't come out in North America. This was a Japanese exclusive, and this was an English translation, and he made like the whole box and everything like that. Super, super cool. Let's see, Contra. So this version of Contra, the Contra for PlayStation and for Sega Saturn comes with these like 3D glasses, and the 3D glasses are complete in here, which is neat. That's actually like really, really hard to find with the glasses, I mean. Let's see, Darius Gaiden, what a great shoot 'em up. Let's see. Okay, so Deep Fear. This is another one that he created. Same thing. This was a Japanese exclusive. Nope, I'm sorry. Deep Fear. This was released in PALs. This was a PAL release and a Japanese release. We did not get this in North America, unfortunately, and this is an English translation, which is awesome. Dragon Force. A lot of people. So Work and Design, if you're not familiar, but Work and Design was from California. And they did like kind of like English translations to games that were in Japan that they reproduced and came back over to here, and they released them in North America. Unfortunately, they're gone now. Let me see. So Dragon Force, Enemy Zero, great game. I believe this is the sequel to D, which is here. Let's see. Fighting Vipers, Galactic Attack, again, another great game. Golden Axe: The Duel. Let's see. Herc's Adventure, another kind of rare title. House of the Dead, a late release for the Sega Saturn, so unfortunately it became very expensive. Another Work and Design, Iron Storm. Lunacy. This was another Atlas title, which is Atlas was known for like some of their great games and very like a low print runs. So unfortunately, a lot of their stuff becomes very expensive. Okay, Magic Knight Rayearth. The reason I have 3 of these are I have each disc variant. It was the red, blue, and green. So that's why I have these 3. And yes, I know they're stupidly expensive, and I collected them because I wanted. It made me happy, okay? Let's see, Mega Man 8, Mega Man X4. So Mega Man 8, very, very strange. This is extremely expensive on this console, like extremely expensive, and it's unfortunate because this is like one of the better versions of it. So, Mortal Kombat. Okay, Panzer Dragoon. Got a little bit of glare. So Panzer Dragoon 2, and Panzer Dragoon Saga. Fantastic series. If you ever get a chance to grab a Saturn, these 2 are definitely easier to get. This one you're going to pay an arm and a leg for. But if you can get it, fantastic to play. Resident Evil, same thing. It's expensive. It's hard to get. Sega Ages, another expensive title because of working designs, I'm assuming, and it was like kind of like a later release. Let me see. Shining Force 3, the great RPG series. The Shining series. Let's see. Sonic Jam, kind of a compilation of the Sonic games. Sonic R. It's a hard game. It's hard to control. A lot of people start off with Sonic, but from what I was after watching videos and stuff is you start off as Knuckles, and I guess the control is better. This is another one from the guy from Facebook. He created Sonic Extreme. He made kind of like a box and artwork for it. The game is playable, so that's like another cool thing. Let me see. Oh, this is another one. Thunder Force. Thunder Force 5. He made these. Fantastic. Let's see. Nothing actually good here. So this here, Nights into Dreams. So I have this, the box version, and the box version with the controller. And then another, I know, it's kind of ridiculous, but another Panzer Dragoon Saga. This one I don't play. This one is sealed in an acrylic case. So I play that copy, and this one just sits here so that way I don't ruin it. Down here is a Virtual On Netlick edition. I have some extra memory cards. Action Replay memory card there. This is a Game Gear complete and boxed. Let's see. So down here, this is my 3DO collection. So this is my 3DO complete and boxed. I believe it's been used, but it's definitely 100% complete. It still even has like the little sticker on the like the disc tray that came from the factory. These are all complete and boxed as well. They are used. None of them are new, but they are complete and boxed. This console here, this is not an amazing console. The games are actually not that great. There's a couple of good titles on here to play, but there's nothing like spectacular. But it's a fun console to collect for whatever reason, and the games are unfortunately getting kind of expensive. So Primal Rage is a good example. It's a good version. This is actually a really good version of the game, but it's stupidly expensive if you want to collect it in the box. Gex is actually a really, really good game for the system. Crash and Burn was like the first release or initial release with the 3DO console. It's kind of like a Twisted Metal, and it's actually not that super, that great. But another copy of Gex here. Monster Manor. This was actually a lot of fun. And another copy of Gex. So there's a copy of Gex in here that's brand new. This one here is a long box version, and then this was just a loose copy. Again, I have multiple copies of certain things because it came bundled with stuff that I was purchasing. So, Soccer Kid, that's kind of like a weird game to play. Monster Manor, that was actually a really fun game. I played and beat that one. But this was like a fun console to collect for. Same thing with like the Saturn. Saturn is a fun game, fun system to collect for. It just, unfortunately, it's extremely expensive. Moving on. So this one I'm actually very proud of, and this one took a lot of work to do. Is 32X. So I have a complete North American 32X set. These are all complete and boxed. All have their manuals. They're not all in perfect condition, but for the most part, they're like pretty pristine. I think I only have one brand new game. Oh, BC Racers is actually brand new. That's sealed. But yeah, so Blackthorn, definitely on the top. Rarest. Calibri, that's actually a really good game. So as you can see here, this one has actually has some box damage on it, so I just need to replace the box. Primal Pitfall, that's a very rare game for the system. Primal Rage, not really a great copy of the game, unfortunately. Let's see. T-Mac Tempo is pretty cool. Spider-Man, obviously, this is the #1 rarest on this console. This one is actually really good condition. There is a small crease going down the side here, unfortunately. But for the most part, like, everything else is, like, perfect on it. So, going down. World Series Baseball, same thing. It's a very hard title to come across. These are like the hard like Genesis cases, which is weird. So like 32X was like releasing in cardboard boxes, and they had these releases, and they had one clamshell, kind of like a Sega CD mix Fahrenheit, very strange, but an FMV game. And then they had these like tall ones here that were just cardboard. It was weird. They had made like so many different variants. These here, these are some Sega CD games. This is like some of the pack-ins that came with Sega CD. Soul Feast. That was actually kind of a fun game. I liked it. I don't really have a lot of Saturn titles. So the one Saturn... Well, I have like 3 Saturn titles, but this one I have Musha, which is on the top, like, rarest of like the Sega Genesis. So that was actually a really good find. I got that for a pretty reasonable price, which is cool. So yeah, so this is 32X complete box, a whole set of that. I believe there was 46 titles for that. All right, moving on. Sega CD. So Sega CD, once upon a time, I had growing up, and I had almost a whole set. I was missing, I believe, 7 titles total, which is unfortunate, and I had to get rid of it all. I think I'll put a picture of like my collections. I'll show you guys. But yeah, so this is what I've reaccumulated so far. Earthworm Jim, it's a great copy. Jurassic Park, I'm actually very nostalgic for this. I remember seeing this in like magazines, GamePro magazines, like stuff like that. I don't know. This was like very close to my heart, and I love playing this. Probably one of like the best games on the system is Lords of Thunder. Like, the music on it is fantastic. It's like heavy metal rock and roll. It's unbelievable soundtrack. The Lunars, Mansion of Hidden Souls. Sorry for the glare. Let me see if I can get rid of that. Let's see, Mortal Kombat. Oh, Popful Mail. That's actually a really good game. Okay, so Popful Mail, I have another copy of it. Again, it came bundled with something else, so I have 2 copies. Space Adventure, another rare title. Terminator. This is like probably the best version of Terminator that they probably made. Music, soundtrack, gameplay is not bad. It's actually really good. Sega CD made a lot of... I think they had about 17, I want to say. 17 cardboard box Sega CD. These were the early release games with the system. So, Snatcher. I have a light gun for it as well. Wonder Dog. So this is a red variant. This was the first release, and this was the second release. First release Wonder Dog is very rare. It's hard to come by. There are some copies that I see often on eBay, but it's still, this is like definitely a rare copy. Sega CD backup copy. And so now I have Altered Beast, and then this one here. This is Xenocrisis. This was made by Bitmap Bureau. So this is a like kind of like an like an independent maker of they made this for the Dreamcast, Genesis, and like I don't know, a few other consoles. So that's actually really fun. I like playing that with my son. Down here is some of my Japanese Sega Saturn games. So the 2 Virtual Cops, Police Knots, Snatcher, House of the Dead, Resident Evil. This is the Japanese copy of Deep Fear, like I have over here. So this is just an English translation of this game. Capcom Generations. So this is actually interesting. So this here, they made 5 of these. This one here, the reason I have this one is because it has Ghosts and Goblins, which is awesome. Like that's like my biggest reason why I got that. Here's another Atlas title. These 2 here, Street Fighter and Dark Savior. These all have like the memory cards in them. So let's see, going down, Dreamcast. So this is made by Pixel Heart. This is a collection of games that they produced. The Seaman game, haha. So Dreamcast. I have quite a few games for this. D2, Dino Crisis. I have a lot of like the rare heavy, the heavy hitters for this too. You have like Giga Wing 2, Gunbird 2, Illbleed, JoJo's Bizarre Circus, or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Mars Matrix, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, let's see, Power Stone 2, Project Justice, Resident Evil 2 and 3. Going down, let's see, Shenmue limited edition. So I have 2 copies of this because this one here was the limited edition version that has extra like soundtracks with it. So that was really cool. Let's see, Skies of Arcadia, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. And this is Sonic Adventure, the limited edition. This is actually a very hard copy. This was released at Hollywood Video, and it's hard to get a good copy of these because Hollywood Video would place like a sticker on the CD itself. So unfortunately, it ruined a lot of the CDs. But yeah, so there's some good stuff in here. Super Magnetic Neo, that's actually pretty fun to play. The Tomb Raiders. And then these are all made by Josh Prod. A lot of this was all independent stuff that I helped support. Oh, here's the Xeno Crisis game that I was talking about so I have it for the I have it for the Genesis and the Dreamcast. And then, but yeah, so these are, if you want to support him, this is made by Josh Prod. You can go to his website and you can, help support all the independent scene because they do produce a lot of games after, it's been 24 years since the Dreamcast has been out. So, and people are still making games for it, that's amazing. Yeah. So moving on. So those are it for games. That is like my game wall. So that's kind of like my games that I have. As far as consoles, like I showed, I have the consoles up here. Then over here, I have 3 complete in box copies of 32X. Now these are the box variants. This one has the Virtual Fighter, the Star Wars, and then just the regular edition. And this one here, this is the Virtua Stick, the one that I actually used when I went out to play. Up here, so this is cool. I'm very proud to own. This is a complete in box JVC XI Sega CD. So what it has is the Sega Genesis cartridge slot here and the CD for Sega CD. Awesome. And it's super, super reliable. So this is like an awesome thing to have. I love having this. This is a limited run Switch ToeJam and Earl. PS2 complete and boxed. And then tucked away over here, over there in the corner, I have 3 Sega CD boxes. This one here is the original first release. I also have a Tomcat Alley release, and then I have Joe Montana Football, which is the middle one there. I'm very big on collecting variants of boxes, if you can't tell. So I have like those, and then I have those. Then down here, I have my PlayStation 1 complete and boxed. There's a PS2. So a lot of my consoles I have like these bags on them. These were just to help preserve them. Yeah, so when I want to play them, obviously just take it off. This is my Dreamcast complete and boxed, and then the one I actually play. So there's one in the box, one right here. My PS5. Then up here, I have my Sega Saturn. I have another JVC XI. So one's in the box, one to play. I have a 3DO. And then I have the Jaguar. Jaguar with, oh, and I have the Aliens vs. Predator, because I was playing that. So this is the Jaguar with the Jaguar CD. And then up here is my Switch and my PC. So over here, I have a PS3 boxed, complete. My Wii U, Switch OLED, the Switch OLED Zelda release, and then I have my original Switch that I had initially purchased. Okay, so this video is probably pretty long. I just wanted to kind of go over some things. I do have some more. I have like a lot of limited run Switch games. I have those like packed up and put away. I have like some loose consoles. I have some I have like original PlayStation boxed up. I have a Genesis boxed up. So just stuff that like didn't have any space for in the game room. So, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, please reach out. I thought this would be a little different, a little more fun to do. I've never done like an actual video of like all my my game collection and stuff that kind of makes me happy. So, yeah. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.